Hey everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well. So today let's talk about the upcoming transit of Rahu and Ketu. Can you feel this transit already? It's definitely in the air. It's everywhere. So someone was asking me this question last week. When do we truly feel the impact of transits? When we can see the changes? Whether it's before the transit date or it's beyond the transit date. Well, you can see the changes happening before the actual transit. Especially, I have noticed with the lunar nodes transits, you can see very big changes happening before the transit date. You can just feel it. It's happening. In my case, from the last 1 month, I'm working a lot on my energy levels and I'm trying to do certain activities which I always wanted to do. So I'm working on my time schedule. I'm trying to find out more time. So, yes, and I also burned my fingers 3 days in a row. So, Rahu in Aries, I can feel that. And with Ketu and Libra, I do have my own share of setbacks in the last 2, 3 weeks. So now it's pretty tough to have trust on someone else, whether I'm doing a work collaboration or while making a new friend. Yes, I do have now serious trust issues. So, yes, this is what I have experienced, and definitely you must also have felt those kind of changes. But the best part of Rahu Ketu entering into the Aries Libra axis is a beautiful workshop is coming to you very soon. More details are coming on Monday. This workshop is all about understanding the true meaning of the first and seventh house axis, both in the Rashi and Navamsha, how it will impact your life and partnerships, and most importantly, how to heal yourself and be more open to love and abundance. So stay tuned, more info is coming on this Monday. Okay, so let's get back to our transit. Rahu Ketu, they're going to change their axis on 17th March 2022. Till now, Rahu was transiting from the sign of Taurus and Ketu was transiting from the sign of Scorpio, but now they will change their axis. Rahu is going into Aries, Ketu moving into Libra, and this transit will last up to 29th of November 2023. So what does this transit means? First and seventh house. Aries is individuality. Aries is identity. Aries is you, your personality, your physical energy, vitality. Libra is partnerships, public dealing, community, partnerships, marriage. So, what's happening with this shift, this change of axis? Well, you will be more drawn towards working on yourself. You have to identify, you have to understand who you truly are. Like now, it's time to draw a boundary. What is self and what is not self? Maybe you have been working a lot for people till now, and now suddenly you will have this awakening that I need to work for myself. Till now I was doing a lot for others, and maybe in this process my identity has been suppressed. I haven't worked on myself, or I haven't been provided enough equality or justice when it comes to working in a certain setup or in a partnership or working for family. So, Ketu in Libra, detachment from connections. This detachment means that you'll be working more on yourself because Rahu is in Aries. So, working on self is definitely going to happen, self development. But also, this is a time when you may retreat back, you may work on having certain clarity in relationships. You have to work over there to you have to express yourself. This expression is very important because though you have worked hard for others, but your silence has been taken for granted. Okay, if you have never demanded for your rights, for your fair share of love or money or support, this is the time when now you are ready to empower yourself. With Rahu in Aries, this is a very explosive energy, and use it wisely. Try to pursue your work till the end, reach to the conclusion, because in the midway of your work, you may feel lethargic or your focus may shift somewhere else. So it's a very good energy if you want to achieve something, but be consistent. So this Rahu Ketu axis happening in the Aries Libra means creating a boundary between you and the community. This boundary is required for your self growth and for better understanding in relationships. And if you haven't watched my Rahu over natal planets and Ketu over natal planets video, do watch it. The link is given in the description box. And now let's start with our analysis. You can listen to this analysis as per your moon sign, your ascendant sign, and remember, this is a general reading. A lot depends upon your individual horoscope, your Mahadasha. So please do understand it's a very general point of view. For Aries, Rahu will transit from your first house and it co-rules the 11th house. So during this time, you may have a lot of aspirations. You may try to accomplish many things altogether. And this is the point where you need to take care. On one hand, Rahu in Aries is bringing great surge of energy and desires. But on the other hand, this impulsiveness, this urgent need to succeed and move ahead from others may block your success. So, pursuing one thing at one time is the great way to make the best use of this transit. Because if you pursue a lot of things all together, it may leave things incomplete. You may leave things in middle. Rahu is indeed bringing quite explosive energy, but it needs to be moderated and used wisely. Right things at the right time. This should be your motto. Rahu is transiting over your moon or it's transiting over your ascendant. So it may bring confusion and misunderstanding with respect to important connections and relationships. Like, this is the first house. From here, you look at the world from your own space. So there is some kind of confusion. You are not perceiving the things the way you should. Okay, and this may bring a misunderstanding in important relationships. Partner or a loved one might feel that you are giving more importance to your own needs, or it could be that you are not being able to look at a friendship, at a bond with clarity. There is something hidden. You cannot see the truth of that person. From January 2023 onwards, transiting Saturn from the 11th house in Aquarius will aspect the transiting Rahu in the first house, helping you to make your finances more strong. You may find a new source of income or a job, maybe a promotion, which would enhance your earning power on a long term basis. Ketu will transit from 7th house in Libra. It's time to detach from the fear about what the world thinks about you with respect to partnerships or looking for marriage partner. You need to first understand what qualities you seek in a person, because I think you still don't know, you still are clueless about who will make you happy, who will understand your needs and desires. So clarity with respect to what you want in life, whether it's a partnership, whether it's work, clarity must be there. Ketu may cause detachment or disconnection from certain family members, or it may block the process of finding the right partner. Or it could be that you are in a relationship which you think is quite good. It can um, reach to the level of marriage, but this person is giving you mixed signals. You are unable to understand what will be the future. In the existing partnership or marriage, a pause is required to make things work again. Like, first, you and your partner both should heal and find one's own identity. They should be secure in their own spaces. Then only you both can work on your partnership. If you are in a business, then yes, with respect to your partnership, there is a new change happening here. Maybe the past partnership may end and you may start with a new partnership. For Taurus, Rahu will transit from your 12th house and it co-rules the 10th house of profession and ambition. This transit may lead to more financial expenditures, and you have to be quite mindful while using your resources. Rahu will help a lot with preparing yourself for the next venture, preparing new plans, because it will enhance your creativity and imaginative power. Also, there's a need to analyze every situation with great clarity and detail, because this transit can lead to a lot of illusions or confusion, because sometimes you may overestimate a situation or a person, and later on you may realize that you failed to get enough information about this person or this particular situation. From January 2023 onwards, the transiting Saturn from the 10th house in Aquarius will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 12th house, which will increase your workload. There will be a lot of responsibilities, there will be mental pressure because of those responsibilities or excess of work. The major theme of this period is to complete the work which you have started long time ago, because reaching to the conclusion, reaching to the completion may take some time and effort. Like, you're doing something right now, and the moment you get close to the completion, there is something which is unfulfilled. You will find out that, okay, I have something extra to do, then only I'll be able to complete this. So reaching to conclusions will require a lot of energy. With respect to work, there's some kind of movement happening during this time. Maybe moving away from one job to another, or it could be traveling to the foreign lands or far away, unfamiliar places in search of better opportunities. You may witness some difficulties while traveling. As your moon is in Taurus or your ascendant is in Taurus, Rahu is 12 places away from it. So, Rahu is 12 places away from that house, which is ruled by Taurus. Taurus is family. So, most expenditures are happening because of family responsibilities, or your mother may require great attention and care. So, these expenditures are happening in order to take care of her. It would be great to keep a journal and write down your ideas, intuition, and dreams. Whatever dreams you may come across while sleeping during this period, because these things may have a message for you and there might be a direction provided to you. On a mental and emotional level, this transit can be draining in nature. On one hand, you will be super creative, your imagination will reach to great peak, but you may get tired very easily. Too much of thinking and less of actions. That is the situation here, which may lead to lack of sleep. Ketu will transit from 6th house in Libra, so it's leading to detachment from the competitive people or the competitive situations. Like, you won't be now bothered about what others are saying or what they are thinking. It's actually a good thing. Like, For you, you are your own competition because Venus not just rules the first but the sixth house as well. And Ketu is transiting from here. So, detaching from what others are thinking about you and focusing on your own journey, your own intention and potential. So, somehow, this is bringing a great strength for you. And take care of your health at this time. Also, a major focus is going to be on attaining clarity, fair exchange of love and responsibilities in the partnerships. Or you may work to settle down certain pending issues in your partnership. Tiff with a relative or a very known familiar person may happen. Like suddenly out of nowhere, a good bond may undergo a severe stress. Further from the sixth house, Ketu will aspect Saturn in the 10th house. So this period will be very transformative, very life changing with respect to your career path. For Gemini, Rahu will transit from your 11th house, which would prove to be quite beneficial. It's helping you in two ways. Firstly, it will enhance your income and profits. Whatever efforts that you have done in past many years will now bring great success and growth. Don't think that those efforts are gone in waste. This transit will initiate a new pattern for you with respect to your income, gains, and also the future projects. Definitely after January 2023, transiting Saturn from the ninth house will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 11th house. Now, this transit will initiate a change with respect to career, change related to a skill or maybe skill modification, working in such a domain which is a bit different or unusual for you. But still, it will open a beautiful door to new opportunities. Unknown path is taking you to a great destination. And it will be a period of unease followed by great victory and gains. Also, new work opportunities might be there, and you may also gain through paternal property. Some kind of a gain through the paternal family is possible. Secondly, Rahu is not helping you just with the material growth, but also it's bringing intense courage and power because it will aspect your third house too. So you will be like a go-getter, always ready to use your energy and skills to attain more growth and success. It may bring long distance journeys which may cause some difficulties or unexpected hassles. Stay calm and focused while resolving your litigation issues. Do not get into any kind of quarrel or do not make decisions with anger. It may bring more troubles. On one hand, there will be people at the work front who will support you greatly. New contacts are coming in your life who will bring new opportunities. But on the other hand, with Ketu in Libra 5th house, there are some relationships or a connection which is holding you back. Ketu here in the 5th house is giving confusion and detachment in relationships. You may feel afraid to commit to a new relationship, or you may take some time to work on yourself and prepare yourself for a new partnership, to work on this relationship more intensely. Or it could be the other way, a certain bond, a partnership, a romantic connection is holding you to enjoy your life to the fullest. Like you're too much into burden because of this person. Also, if you try to learn something new at this time, Keto may create some blocks for you, especially if you are a student, you are a learner. This may impact you, and if you are planning for childbirth, then yes, you need to take care of your health as well. For Cancer people, Rahu will transit from your 10th house and it co rules the 8th house of renewal, transformation, sudden changes. This house also impacts your partnerships in a great way. This Rahu's transit will push you to go beyond limits to succeed and leave a mark on this world. Trust me, nothing is happening very easily. And you can be overly ambitious, and this urge may lead to impulsive decisions which you may regret later. Otherwise, this transit will help you to use your skills and energy very efficiently, and you would successfully accomplish your goals. Just focus on your courage, on your energy. Do not overcook everything, do not undercook everything. The right balance needs to be there because Ketu, just opposite to Rahu, in the house of mental peace, the house of mind, well, it requires a sense of balance. Meditating will help you in finding that balance. Okay, so if you are looking everything with clarity, when you are getting enough information about your future project, whatever work you are doing, clarity is required. Someone may give you half information, and this may create troubles, especially in your career path, or maybe investing into a property, or doing any kind of financial investment. Full information needs to be understood. From January 2023 onwards, the transiting Saturn from the 8th house in Aquarius will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 10th house. This could trigger some major and unexpected changes with respect to your professional journey. So, from here starts that massive transformation. Yes, you might not be at ease with this. Saturn has its own way to make you work, but you will be very successful. Like after, once this transit gets over, you will understand how this transit helps you to grow. So, this transiting Saturn aspecting the transiting Rahu, well, it's not going to stop you at the work front, but you may deal with intense changes or turbulence where you have to be always alert and active. Friction with the subordinates or just jealousy or competition may keep you anxious. But the good part is you will make your way out of these situations. Your skill, your smart mind, and your experiences will help you a lot. Some people may also seek freedom at the work front. Like rebels, you will try to look out for more freedom. You want decision making power at the work front, where you cannot tolerate how others are deciding your path or how you will work. If you are planning for a resettlement or moving into a faraway place for work or higher learning, this process might drain your energy. Change is the theme here because Rahu co-rules the 8th house. So major development will happen with a bit of uneasiness. Like sometimes life just throw us a situation and we have to overcome that. So overcoming that situation is the learning process for you, and it will lead to new initiations at the work front, like maybe moving on to a new job, moving on to a new field, or it's just that you are working hard to get familiar to a certain situation or to a new workplace. Ketu will transit from the 4th house in Libra, detachment from home, moving away from the home because of work responsibilities, or it could be you are surrendering from the responsibilities towards home, may happen. Or it may take a lot of time to resolve any kind of property dispute, or you may resolve a matter related to domestic life which is happening again and again. So you're trying to detach from a certain pattern which is repeating constantly. For some people, it could also be restructuring or restoring the structure of house or a vehicle. For Leo, Rahu will transit from the 9th house in Aries, and it co rules the 7th house of public dealing and partnerships. Now, the very first thing you need to understand is that your moon or your ascendant is in the sign of sun. And what is sun all about? Sun is the soul, it's our inner voice. So, a shadow planet like Rahu traveling 9 places away from a house which is ruled by sun tends to overshadow your vision, because ninth house is the house of opportunities moving ahead. So Rahu may push you to follow a trend, a pattern, or an activity which is pursued by many other people, even if you don't want to pursue that thing. It will force you to do that, because constantly you may have a fear that your work, your technique is not taking you anywhere and you may stay behind from others. So, Rahu is making you over ambitious in this transit. You will do all sorts of works to get to the place where you want to, and sometimes you may not listen to your inner self. Maybe you have a unique way of doing things, maybe you have a unique talent, and you may overlook that. So, in this transit, it's kind of masking or suppressing your soul's voice, or it's impacting your faith on self, or faith on a teacher like figures, like gurus. Unexpected, sudden work opportunities may come to you like suddenly out of nowhere. You will be unprepared, and instantly you have to be in action. You should be ready to take the leap. For some people, it could bring long distance journeys with respect to work and higher learning. Those who are already pursuing a higher degree, Rahu may bring some challenges coming through the guiding figures, or you need to work a lot. You may have to do some kind of a research, exploration. So, this period is dedicated to adventures or maybe exploring a subject, and you will gain a lot at this time. Learning about different faith systems may also happen at this time. Rahu may lead to differences between you and your father or a father like figure. From January 2023 onwards, the transiting Saturn in the 7th house will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 9th house, and this may help you in establishing a long term growth, long term professional growth, and it may also help you to settle in the foreign lands. Your popularity at the work front will increase. Ketu will transit from third house in Libra. So it indicates moving away from certain people, known people, or there will be lack of communication or lack of understanding between you and important people in your life. In fact, Ketu will help you to focus more on your inner strength and balance. There's something you want to express, a message, or maybe a skill, but still you feel you are not ready to do it. So, South Node will prepare you for this, because now you are retreating from the drama of other people. It's like for a certain time, instead of being a speaker, you are just going to be an observer. If you are a writer, or you work in the field of creativity, you will be guided with great ideas. These ideas are coming to you through your intuition. Separation or some kind of physical emotional detachment from the siblings may happen, or others might feel a bit of misunderstanding or disagreement with the people around you, especially the siblings or the neighbors. For Virgo, Rahu will transit from the 8th house, and it co rules the 6th house of your chart. The two major themes of this transit are number one, healthcare, number two, protecting your energy, or whatever aspect of life is valuable to you, you have to protect it, you have to make it more secure. This transit is bringing such situations which may drain your mental and physical energy. Though it's Rahu's transit in Aries, which is quite an explosive transit, but due to unexpected changes or some people, you may waste your energy. There is no issue with your power, but you are using your energy at the very wrong place at the wrong time, maybe on the wrong people. So you have to protect your energy, you have to protect your aura. Rahu may bring sudden gain of property or an inherited asset, but at this time, if you want to make any investment, be careful. Invest money in a very trusted place, or if you are lending money to someone else, again there should be great care required. Investments needs to be done with great caution. From January 2023 onwards, Saturn will transit from 6th house in Aquarius, and from there it will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 8th house. This may help you a lot to deal with the existing challenges with great determination. Saturn will boost your patience and your ability to resolve issues, because it's helping you to attain more patience. Patience is required in whatever you are doing. So, all of that impulsiveness of Rahu will be greatly controlled by Saturn, and Saturn will also show you the path how to make your way, even in the most doubtful situations. You know, these changes or challenges happening you during this transit might not be so big, but these things will be felt intensely, because this is 8th house. The world cannot see what you are dealing with, but you are feeling everything with great intensity. Be careful with whom you share your secrets, or someone may misuse your secret information. Rahu is transiting from 8th house, which is a difficult house. Yet here it's giving you immense power to change something about yourself. A renewal, a rebirth is happening. I'm 100% sure for anyone, despite of what Mahadasha, Antardasha you're going through, a rebirth is happening, and this is required. You are done with certain patterns and you are ready to embrace a new life. But this transformation is not easy, this rebirth is not easy. There are a few things which you have to leave behind. There might be a certain aim which is left unfulfilled. You might be leaving certain people behind you. Ketu in the 2nd house, creating detachment. This rebirth is difficult, but yes, it will prepare you to take a major responsible role in the future, providing you with great opportunities. Be careful how you use your finances, because Ketu's transit from 2nd house in Libra will impact the financial stability. Also, Rahu in the 8th house may create an urgent situation where you have to spend money unexpectedly, or simply you will have this unwillingness to spend money because you are saving for something big. At this time, family and important connections may look towards you, so that you can fulfill your promises, you can fulfill your responsibilities. So this can be a bit overburdening, and you may walk away from your role, your responsibility. Do not promise anything which you cannot give right now. It's impossible to do that. Business partnership or marriage partnership might be a bit intense, because your partner may try to dominate you, because the 7th house will stay hemmed between Saturn and Rahu. For Libra, Rahu will transit from the 7th house, and it co rules the 5th house of creativity, skills, and passion. The major theme of this transit is showcasing your skills and abilities to the world. You will interact a lot with new people, And the more you become the part of the community, the more you may learn something about yourself. Because straight away you are comparing your journey with others. You will gain a lot from the journey of other people, learning a lot from their stories, and through that, you will understand something about yourself. So, there is gain of wisdom, there is gain of a new sight, I would say. But on one hand, Rahu is helping you to showcase your skills and abilities greatly, and it will bring upliftment and popularity as well. But any kind of impulsive action may also bring bad reputation or gossip. So, great care is required while dealing with public or while dealing with maybe clients or maybe a business partner. Rahu here in the seventh house is definitely challenging the domain of business partnerships and marriage as well. If you are looking for a partner during this time, make sure there is enough transparency and clarity in the bond. When you are looking out for a suitable match, you have to be very clear about this person's history, about this person's family. Avoid any impulsive or hasty decisions because Rahu may bring an urge to be in a companionship. There is an urgency to do that. But this is the place where you need to take a lot of care. In existing partnerships, there is a major requirement to understand the mutual responsibilities. From January 2023, the transiting Saturn from the fifth house in Aquarius will aspect the transiting Rahu in the seventh house. That's why I'm saying the current partnership, like a business partnership or a marriage partnership, it could be a romantic connection. Beyond um, passion, romance, and excitement, you should work more on fixation, grounding, responsibilities should be your main priority. These are the things which really need a lot of work. Here, sustainability is questioned, the sustainability, the longevity of the relationship or the partnership. With respect to your business partnerships, the other person might dominate the scene. This person may overrule your decisions, may not give you enough freedom. If you are into self work, then here Rahu will help you a lot to reach to many people. For some people, it could be getting married against the wishes of the loved ones or family. It's highly possible. Ketu's transit from first house indicates a lot of soul work. Your main focus is to align your mind, body, and soul. Lack of equality and fairness in a relationship will push you to move away from some people. More than material growth, you'll be more inclined towards fulfilling your purpose, your spiritual quotient. Also, keep a track of your daily activities or whatever you want to pursue. Write down on a journal and read it every day. Further, you may misplace your things, there will be some kind of confusion. So, yeah, you have to be careful with that and meditate regularly. For Scorpio, Rahu will transit from the sixth house. So it's transiting from the sign of Mars, that is Aries, and also Mars not just rules the sixth house, but it also rules your first house. It is the dispositor for your natal moon. So this transit of Rahu will prove to be quite good for you. Firstly, it's helping you to crush the competitors. You will win in any kind of competition and you will rise above all the obstacles. Rahu co-rules the fourth house of mind and domestic front. You'll suddenly explore that the past experiences have made you more tough and courageous. So your power will have no boundaries. Things at work may get more demanding and challenging in nature, but you will be victorious. But there is no rest for your mind. From January 2023 onwards, Saturn will transit from your fourth house in Aquarius, and from there it will aspect the transiting Rahu in the sixth house. And this is the time when you could see more and more responsibilities coming towards you. There will be a lot of burden with respect to home and family issues, family responsibilities. You may take up a loan for purchasing a property, a house, or maybe a vehicle. Also, your major focus will be to resolve existing differences in the partnerships or the marriage bond. You'll be successful in resolving any kind of conflict, whether it's your home or work. You might get more drawn towards intense fitness regimes. Major development at work will happen, but power struggle with someone authoritative might be there. Ketu will transit from 12th house, which will bring a major movement. Maybe you may settle into a new place, or you may travel far away from your birthplace. Or simply, this means withdrawing from the known people and the familiar places in order to seek more solace and mental peace. Ketu co-rules the first house. So, yes, you are moving away from what is familiar to you, because this is how you will discover more about yourself and your powers. Also, Ketu's transit in Libra, 12th house, indicates long distance relationships may change like anything. You may see a lot of changes happening here, and it might be unpredictable for you. It might leave you a bit clueless about what's happening with respect to the other person's life. What are his or her intentions? So, there has to be some clarity in these long distance relationships, and sometimes it may frustrate you. Rather than physical intimacy, you may focus more on the spiritual connection in your major bonds, whether it's your marriage partnership, whether it's your romantic connection, it's a friendship. You will focus more on the mental compatibility. You will look out for people who are more like minded, who have the same interest like you have, and you will be very spiritual at this time. Keep a journal, keep a record of your dreams or any kind of vision you may encounter during this period. It may have something very important to tell you. For some people, there can be lack of contact or communication with the partner, or this person might be very unclear. This person may give very mixed signals, and you won't be able to understand what does this person truly feels about you. For Sagittarius, Rahu will transit from 5th house. Here, Rahu co-rules the 3rd house. Any kind of financial or business investment needs to be done with great care. Rahu will help you brilliantly to showcase your skills and efficiency to the world. Whatever your goal is, you'll chase it with great passion and courage. Also, a brilliant time to make your hobby as profession. From January 2023 onwards, the transiting Saturn from the 3rd house will aspect the transiting Rahu in the 5th house. It will support you to take firm and dedicated efforts towards your dreams. Saturn is looking at such a house which is ruled by Aries, and Saturn actually debilitates in this sign. So, because of this aspect, it may give a self doubt, or it may bring a lot of opposition from the people, and because of this, you may question your ability and worth. And this will further push you to win. It will give you this intense vibe that I need to move forward, I need to do this now. Therefore, this is the moment which will push you to be at the top of this world. Rahu is transiting from the house of celebration and romance, so it may give a desire to utilize and make the best of each and every minute of your life. You'll pursue many activities altogether, and sometimes because of this, you may not be able to conclude few of these activities or work because you're dealing with a lot of things altogether. A new romantic connection may escalate quite quickly, or the existing connection may require more focus, stability, and your partner can be demanding in nature. Ketu will transit from 11th house in Libra, and this would bring major emotional and mental relief for you. You have already isolated yourself from the world in the past, and now you will be more selective because you have learned your lesson. You will be selective with respect to your social contacts and friends. Who is actually a true friend and who is not? This is the time to understand it. Also, Ketu is bringing new initiations with respect to income, and the best part is that it could be a new skill, it could be a new source of income, which will help you to rise higher in life. Also, Ketu is bringing new initiations with respect to income. It could be a new skill, bringing more enhanced gains for you, or simply a new source of income is happening at this time. Ketu will help you to detach from that all time tension which you carry in your mind. What will I gain from this situation? Whatever work I'm doing right now, will this work for me? What will be the result of my hard work? So it's time to detach from the idea of what I will gain from this situation. Just celebrate what Rahu is giving you in the fifth house. Be passionate about your work, chase your goals, make new plans, and detach from this feeling of what I'm gaining. It's very important for you right now. Massive inflow of money may happen for some people, and you need to keep a track on your transactions. And this also indicates creating something beautiful. Maybe you're preparing for, you're doing family planning, you're preparing yourself for the birth of a child, or simply it's preparing for a passion project you always wanted to do. For Capricorn, Rahu will transit from fourth house. It co-rules the second house of resources and family. So major theme is settling down certain issue or transaction, or simply a responsibility with respect to your assets, property, or family life. Especially if it's a property which is coming through inheritance, or you are purchasing it along with a family member, there is some kind of sharing or partnership, then there might be some kind of tension in this process. For some people, it could be friction over a property dispute. For some people, it's just simply, investing money into a property or purchasing a new Porsche vehicle. The major focus is towards home. It could be renovation, it could be bringing more luxuries into your house. So, the major investment is happening with respect to the fourth house. Also, drive safely during this transit. Road safety should be your first priority. Also, Rahu may take you away from home. The way it will aspect the 10th and the 12th house, it's taking you to a new place because of work opportunity. Yes, with Ketu's transit from the 10th house, changes with respect to work are definitely there, and Rahu may keep you away from your home because of these changes. Also, you may work very hard to accumulate wealth, especially after January 2023, when the transiting Saturn from the second house will aspect the transiting Rahu in the fourth. This is the time when you will be working very hard to collect more resources. Maybe you want to start with a new project, or you want to invest money into a property. So you will work a lot on your financial growth and saving. Further, this may bring a very significant change with respect to the life of your mother or a mother like figure. Ketu will transit from 10th house in Libra, bringing a sense of detachment from work. Maybe you won't agree anymore with some people at the work front. Ketu simply means end and then a start, starting a new cycle. Moving into a new place may happen. You might not be super excited about this change, but this movement, this change is quite path breaking. Juggling up between many different work responsibilities may create lack of balance. Like at one point, you're doing many things, you are loaded with responsibilities, and this just impacts your sense of balance and harmony, not being happy with where you are. This kind of a feeling might be there, or you are trying to pursue something when you haven't done for a long time, like you want to continue with it now, so starting again is going to happen, whatever was left in the past. Or it simply means moving into unknown territory, or you may go for a retreat, you may take a break from your career path to make yourself more stronger, more prepared for the future. For some people, it could be a new method of working because the old way was not working. So, a lot depends upon where Venus is placed and which dasha you are going through. Also, this transit of Ketu in the 10th house is impacting your actions which you will take with respect to your relationships and partnerships. Okay, so there might be some kind of confusion in the partnership which needs to be resolved, marriage partnership. And with respect to your health, you may undergo some issues related to blood and joints. But Ketu here is helping you a lot with your spiritual journey. For Aquarius, Rahu will transit from your third house in Aries. So this is your time to make changes you always wanted to do. With Ketu's transit from ninth house, don't be too picky or wait for the perfect opportunity. Just go ahead with the every bit you have. Seriously, it's not the time to sit and wait. Rahu's transit from third house will bless you with outstanding courage, strength, and energy to pursue your goals. You will be at the forefront, and definitely you will complete even the most difficult task with great ease. You may work as a leader at the work front where you will actively communicate with others, you will give directions to other people. Also, a brilliant time for entrepreneurs who are into self work or you want to start with your own work. Rahu will support you in this process. From January 2023 onwards, the transiting Saturn from the first house will aspect the transiting Rahu in the third house, pushing you to go beyond your comfort zone. This will lead to some long term changes in all aspects of life. Apart from that, this transit of Rahu can be equally troubling for you because it may bring friction with the siblings or simply some kind of a quarrel or verbal fight with the people around you, maybe with the neighbor. There's not enough support coming through family or the known people. So avoid getting into any kind of argument or quarrel. It may impact you the most. It may impact your energy and mental peace. Short distance journeys may happen because of work. Ketu will transit from ninth house. There are certain things which are coming to you by surprise. No, it's not bad or negative, but Ketu is bringing changes where it may help you to understand yourself better and look at life with a different perspective. A certain bond or a relationship may give you a life lesson as well. It will also enhance your spiritual quotient. You may travel to a pilgrimage which will bring a sense of clarity and happiness. You have to work towards resolving certain issues with the father like figure or with this aspect of life. You have to release and let go the hard feelings. You need to let go anything difficult with respect to a superior in your life or the experiences which you have gained through any authority or father like figure. you need to move beyond those experiences. For Pisces, Rahu will transit from the second house in Aries. Here, Rahu co-rules the 12th house, so the major theme for this transit is working on your finances and also on your mental health. There's definitely gain of finances coming through the foreign lands. If somehow your work is connected to foreign countries or faraway places, this transit will give you great wealth. But this transit also indicates that you have to be alert with your financial transactions. Safe transactions. This is the major theme. And it could also bring sudden gain of finances. You may try to do some investments or may work on saving money for future projects. After January 2023, Saturn will aspect Rahu in the second house, so it may bring unexpected expenditures or may restrict you to use your money more freely. Like you have a plan in your mind, so you will just focus on that. I have to save my finances, I cannot use them anywhere I want to. Second house also represents family members and family values. So Rahu may make you a rebel. You may try to move beyond familial patterns, rules, and regulations, and you will work a lot in finding your own identity, your own power. Conflicts, quarrels, and disagreement may happen with a family member, especially, maybe with the father or a father like figure, because Mars also rules the ninth house. Take care when it comes to speaking with people, as harsh words may create problems because Rahu from the second house will also aspect the sixth house of obstacles. So, quarrels with authoritative figures may happen. Also, this is something which will help you to win over a lot of challenges and intense competitions. A major decision has to be made regarding a family inheritance or property. Ketu will transit from 8th house in Libra, and clarity is required in your partnerships, in your marriage bond. Mentally and emotionally, you may feel stuck to the past memories, or you may feel stuck in a certain situation because you have witnessed inequality at that place or in that relationship. So it's difficult to move beyond that and to be open towards a relationship. And because of this, you will dive deeper into spirituality and you will declutter your mind and your life as well. Take care of your health, especially if you're dealing with a chronic health issue.